And good afternoon, everyone, from Hill City High School, where the sun is trying to peek out. We come to you live today for high school girls playoff softball. It is the 5A section tournament, and after things were rained out yesterday for a good chunk of the bracket, we are ready to get play underway today. The number 7 seed Pine River-Backus Tigers take on the number 2 seed Hill City Northland in the first double elimination round of the 5A section softball tournament. Welcome to our Station 371 pregame show. Stock up on food, fuel, and bait at Station 371 right on the highway in Pine River. They've got your quality Cenex gasoline to bait and tackle, and plus all your good old snacks. Station 371 in Pine River. Well, much warmer feeling than yesterday, so that's a plus to start things off right off the bat here today in Hill City as we welcome you to the pregame show. Excited for this one, and as we visit the history of the two teams, you'll see why. The Pine River-Backus Tigers coming in as the number 7 seed, taking on number 2 seed Hill City Northland. It's double elimination, so regardless of today's result, both of these teams will be back here tomorrow. They decided regardless of the results on this side of the bracket, Hill City will host the games tomorrow. A win puts you into the semifinal or kind of the quarterfinal round when you're talking double elimination. And that one will be played at 12 noon against number 3 seed Calgary North Home. Whoever falls in this one will go to elimination round play, and that will be scheduled for a 2 o'clock start against Sabika. We'll take a look at the bracket and which games did get in yesterday when and if time allows. Right now on the Station 371 pregame show, we are going to take a break. When we come back, we will talk about these two clubs coming in. We do have both head coaches joining us. We'll hopefully get those in, and we're set for a 3 o'clock first pitch. Batting orders and the first pitch right around 3 o'clock. So stick around. We're ready for playoff softball today. It's Pine River-Backus and Hill City Northland, the Tigers and the Storm, here on yourliveevent.com.
Tomorrow is happening right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 is stocked with bait, tackle, and snacks for your fishing excursions, quality Cenex gasoline, and off-road diesel. Their inside and outside car washes are open. Make sure to stop by to keep your car shining bright in the sun. Don't forget your fishing and hunting license. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's radio coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Piers, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
And back with you on the pregame show. Thanks, of course, to the staff here. Carter McLaughlin, Activities Director, a great spot just behind the home plate fence here at Hill City. Of course, this Minnesota State High School League playoff matchup. Let's take a look at our two teams coming in. The 7th seeded Pine River-Backus Tigers come in with a winning record, 12-9 overall. They are 9-4 against Section 5A teams on the season. That includes their win in the first elimination round, which was the 15-5 victory against Walker Hackensack Akeley on Monday. The Tigers have won 5 of their last 6 coming into today's game. Tigers blew things open. They were actually down 1-0 going into the bottom of the 4th inning, and then 6 runs in the 4th, 9 in the 5th. Rallied the Tigers for the 15-5 victory in 5 innings to advance to today. The Tigers 7.7 runs per game. They're allowing 5.5. Hill City Northland comes in as the number 2 seed in the 5A tournament, 13-4 on the regular season, 7-2 versus section opponents. This is their first section game. The top two seeds, Hill City Northland and Black Duck, the top seed, they both had a bye in that first full-fledged elimination round, so they were automatically in double elimination play. For Hill City Northland, they did end the regular season with back-to-back losses. 2 of their 4 losses, the final 2 games, they lost 4-2 to Ely, who's the number 4 seed in the 7A tournament, and then they lost to Mille Lacs, who is the number 4 seed in the 5A tournament. So both back-to-back close losses to end the regular season for the Storm, who have been very, very solid this year. 10.9 runs per game scored and just 3.3 runs allowed. So really solid numbers from this club under Nikki Pearson, who's in her 4th year as head coach. Really excited for this matchup because they've already played this season. Pine River-Backus won in Pine River 6-5. Coach Ben Kinzer will tell us that it was a fast start for the Tigers, and then they held on for the victory. And for the Tigers, it snapped a modest 2-game win streak, and 4 of the last 5 Hill City Northland had won going into that regular season matchup, with the Tigers winning 6-5. These two teams have had some really, really good matchups since Hill City Northland became a co-op. Their first year was the 2021 season, and then they won both meetings in 21. Pine River-Backus won in 2022. The Storm won 2023 and last year, and then PRB nipping them this year. Looks like we are trending towards an early start, so we'll take a very quick break. We'll get to a pregame head coach. We'll talk to head coach Ben Kinzer first. If we have time, we'll get head coach Nikki Pearson of the Storm, but looks like we're trending for an early start here today, as it is Pine River-Backus and Hill City Northland 5A playoff softball in the Station 371 pregame show here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like the PRB Activities page on Facebook for information on Booster Club events and fundraisers. The Booster Club could use your help with great events and fundraisers, all giving back to the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information, email prboosterclub1@gmail.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month, 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Booster Club and all its members.
Great people.
Back with you on our Station 371 pregame show, as now with us is Ben Kinzer, head coach of the Pine River-Backus Tigers. Coach, obviously got that first round win against Walker Hackensack Akeley, a 15-5. Congratulations on that and getting into the double elimination rounds.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
What impressed you most? What were you most pleased with the first round victory for the Tigers on the home field?
Well, I think that our hitting was right where we needed it to be. I think we had 12 or 14 hits in that game, and we made some really heads-up plays defensively, things that we've worked on through the year, and just trying to make sure our situational awareness is good. We know where we're supposed to go with the ball and make the plays that we need to make.
It puts you into a matchup now with Hill City Northland, and I remember a conversation talking with you that, this is a pretty wide open section, maybe except for Black Duck at the top, and sure enough, you draw a number 2 seed as the number 7, but it's a team you've defeated in the regular season. What do you recall from that matchup where the Tigers grabbed the 6-5 win?
I remember they had a very, very solid pitcher that we really struggled with a little bit later in the game. I felt like she kind of came into her own about the 3rd inning, and we were able to kind of jump on her in the first 2 innings and get some runs on the board and make them chase us. And I think that was kind of the key, was getting out to that quick start, putting the ball in play, putting the pressure on them, and making them play catch-up. So.
Knowing that, that pitcher and seeing the stuff that she had as the game progressed, what does that conversation have to be, especially with, obviously weather potentially being a factor? What are you talking to your hitters about trying to, see if you can put some runs across again on this one?
Well, first and foremost, when you get somebody who throws with good velocity and throws strikes, I always tell my girls, jump on them early in the count. If you can, if you get one to hit right up front, because if you get down, 1-2, 0-2, you're going to see some junk that makes you chase. So try and, if you get that good pitch to start, because every pitcher is trying to get ahead early in the count so they can throw those off-speed or moving pitches and stuff like that. And just take advantage of those good pitches at the beginning of the count and see if we can get some balls in play. And, you know, every team's susceptible to making mistakes here and there, and I think we're a pretty good hitting team, too, so.
Yeah, obviously, looking at the runs scored and the runs allowed per game, you both have some pretty solid offenses. So let's flip that script a little bit for your pitcher or pitchers. I mean, however things play out today, what do you have to try to do to keep this pretty solid Storm offense in check?
The big thing for me is always, get the ball across the plate. Throw strikes, and Abby's done a fantastic job of that all year. It gives us a chance. She's pretty steady at giving up a couple runs, every game, but not much more than that. And I think that's the key is, getting ahead in the count and getting us to a place where it puts the pressure on.
For the Tigers, and with this year, you're above 500, 12 wins in the regular season. With coming into today, 11 wins in the regular season. What would a win today mean for this club to put you in that great spot in the double eliminations part of the tournament?
I've been talking all year about how we are a darn good team, and that we have just as good a shot as any. And I feel like with how we've ended our seasons the last couple of years in the building that we've had, I think a win today would probably help my girls to believe that they are in fact a very good team.
And that's going to be Ben Kinzer, head coach for the Pine River-Backus Tigers. We are trending towards a start a good 4 minutes early. So with that, we want to thank some of our sponsors that help us bring you Tigers action all season long on yourliveevent.com, including Country Dock Veterinary Clinic in Pine River, Tremolo Communications, Backus Locker, Laco Heating and Air in Pine River, and Watt Computer Solutions in Jenkins. Here on the Station 371 pregame show, here is your starting lineup. We will start with the visitors, the 7 seed Pine River-Backus Tigers. Head coach Ben Kinzer. At the top will be freshman center fielder Leah Eveland. Batting second at second base, junior Kaylee Johnson. Hitting third behind the plate, senior Caitlin Riley. Junior third baseman Ariana Burns will hit cleanup. She surpassed 100 career hits this season. Batting fifth, junior shortstop Sawyer Tulinchik. Hitting in the sixth spot, senior first baseman Aaliyah Lewis. Hitting seventh in left field, freshman Autumn Burns. Hitting eighth in right field is junior Callie Trout. And rounding out the order for the Tigers is senior pitcher Abby Gilbert. It's Eveland, Johnson, Riley, Ariana Burns, Tulinchik, Lewis, Autumn Burns, Trout, and Gilbert. We are ready to start this 5A matchup as Leah Eveland will step in to face the senior pitcher Kaya Neary. And the first pitch of today's game is chopped foul off the plate, strike one. For Hill City Northland, senior Kaya Neary is the pitcher. Senior Bella Dunham is the catcher. Coach Nikki Pearson was telling me these two have pitched and played together since 7th grade. Junior Jazz Kingsley at first, freshman Haley Barnes at second, junior Maddie Barnes at third, and junior Christy Berg is at short. Here's a pop foul right side that will land. Kind of an interesting curvature of this field is after you get off the dirt towards the Pine River-Backus dugout, the land actually slopes down. So if you're in first base, right field, catcher, you're tracking a ball that direction, definitely have to have good feet underneath you. No balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, Leah Eveland. Neary is ready. Dunham the target. Here's the pitch and a swing and a fly to left, hit well. Drifting back is Pearl Johnson, the 8th grader, and she'll make the catch. And there's one down here to open up today's game. Evelyn with a good solid shot, coming in with a 288 average. She flies out for out number 1. Outfielders left to right for Hill City Northland, 8th grader Pearl Johnson in left, senior Abby Zepzolka in center, and junior Casey Jonesy in right. In steps junior second baseman Kaylee Johnson for the Tigers. Nobody on and 1 out, and the first pitch is a fastball high from Neary. Good velocity there, nothing in 1. Johnson on the year hitting .210. Tied for a team high 15 walks, 7 RBIs on the year. Here's the 1-0, and it's high, and it's 2 balls, no strikes to Johnson. Nobody on, 1 out. We are just underway for playoff softball here today on yourliveevent.com. Johnson does have 1 triple to her credit, and now 2-0 goes to 3-0 with another miss upstairs. No stats on the Storm players. Here's the 3-0 to Johnson, and that one is off the plate inside, and it's a 4-pitch walk. Kaylee Johnson with now her team leading 16th walk drawn of the year, and that brings up Caitlin Riley. Riley hitting .483 with a home run, 3 triples, 4 doubles, 18 runs batted in. Early runner on for the PRB Tigers. And the pitch to Riley, swinging a chopper at the plate, foul, strike 1. After 4 straight pitches out of the zone, Riley was sitting knowing that Neary was going to try to pump one in there. And just missed it. Third baseman Maddie Barnes in a couple steps at the third base bag. That's typical for softball. Outfield straight away. Here's the 0-1, and this one's upstairs. Dunham thought about a snap throw behind Johnson at first. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Think for the Tigers, they would love to get an early start against the Storm again. Here comes the 1-1, and this one is a strike on the inside edge. 1-2 to the senior catcher. Good crowd on hand to support the ladies on what's turning into a fine Wednesday afternoon. Field looks in great shape considering the rain yesterday. Here's the 1-2 to Riley. Swung on and missed, and there's 2 down. Of course, Hill City, I don't think, got near the rain we did down in our Brainerd Lakes area. I was looking at the radar yesterday, and they didn't call this game off till about noon, and I think it was more temperature related because the line of rain was south of Hill City in between here and Aiken. But I think it was a good call to go today. Here's Ariana Burns, junior third baseman. Kaylee Johnson at first with 2 outs, and the first pitch, that one upstairs for ball 1. Burns hitting .452. Team high 13 doubles, a triple, team high 28 driven in. 2 outs here in the top of our first inning. Here's the pitch from Neary, and that one is inside. Scooted Burns back a touch. 2 balls, no strikes to the Tigers' leading hitter. Surpassed over 100 career hits late in the regular season. Here's a 2-0 from Neary, and a big rip and a miss. Burns was late on that fastball at the letters. It's 2-1. Tigers again a 6-5 win in the regular season. Here's the pitch from Neary, and that one is inside. 3-1. Didn't miss by much. Got a lot of fans that brought the lawn chairs in, sitting on either side. 3 balls and a strike to Burns. Here it is, swing and a miss. Burns was trying to tee off on one and swung underneath it. They have a temporary fence. This field looks like it serves as both softball and baseball field here in Hill City. So they have the temporary fence throughout the outfield. Here's the payoff pitch, swing and a drive to center. Coming in is Abzalka to her left, makes the grab, and that retires the side. A 1-out walk is all the Tigers muster in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, 1 left on base. And the Hill City Northland Storm batting order and their step to the plate is coming up. This is high school playoff softball on yourliveevent.com.
Ability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools offers a variety of community education programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community. Making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. prbschools.org.
More big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
Steve,
We welcome you back as the Hill City Northland Storm will step to the plate against Abby Gilbert, senior right-hander for the Pine River-Backus Tigers. Here is the Storm batting order under head coach Nikki Pearson, 13-4 on the year. Leading off will be junior shortstop Charity Berg. The designated player will bat second, freshman Avery Ruak. Hitting third, the pitcher, senior Kaya Neary. Right behind her in the cleanup spot, senior catcher Bella Dunham. In left field, hitting fifth, 8th grader Pearl Johnson. Junior Maddie Barnes plays third and hits sixth. Freshman Haley Barnes at second base hits 7th. Junior Jazz Kingsley at first base will hit 8th. And batting 9th will be the senior center fielder Abby Zabzalka. The flex player out in right field is junior Casey Jones. So Charity Berg will lead things off. Abby Gilbert on the year, 11-6, 3.39 ERA. And the first pitch is cut on and missed, strike one for Berg. Gilbert 105 in a third innings pitched. 79 runs, 51 earned, 111 strikeouts versus 33 walks. The 0-1 from Gilbert, way upstairs, 1-1. To the Storm's leadoff batter, Charity Berg. Coach Kinzer mentioned in the pregame interview that Gilbert hasn't walked, Gilbert hasn't walked a whole lot. Now she sends another one up above the zone, 2-1 to the Storm leadoff batter. No score, bottom of the first. 5A section softball back here in Hill City regardless of the results tomorrow. Here's the pitch, and that one just misses inside, maybe a touch low, and Gilbert falls behind 3-1 to Berg. Caitlin Riley gives the target. Here's a swing, a liner right over Ariana Burns into left field. Nice hop for Autumn Burns, quickly getting it back in, but it is a leadoff single for Charity Berg and the Hill City Northland Storm. On 3-1, she was waiting on it and put a good charge into it. Here's the freshman designated player, Avery Ruak. Leadoff base runner for the Storm. No score, bottom one. Corners are creeping in. Gilbert, here's a swing and a pop-up left side. Tulinchek makes the call. Tulinchek makes the catch. One pitch, one out on Ruak. There's one away in the home half of the first. That'll bring up the senior pitcher, Kaya Neary. Tigers got a one-out walk in the top of the first. That's all they had. Hill City Northland trying to make good of a leadoff single by Berg. Here's the pitch from Gilbert, and that one is in for a strike. 0-1 to the pitcher, Neary. Gilbert swings that glove and her pitching hand down. The glove nearly hits the dirt. Here is the pitch, and that one outside. Riley thought about a throwback to first. 1-1 Neary. And actually, Gilbert brings the ball in her hand almost down and hits the dirt. You know, softball, it's always fun to watch the pitcher's routine. Usually they work quickly. We're seeing that so far. Here's the 1-1, and a swing and a drive to right center. Tailing over, this one's deep, and this one is off the fence. Berg held at first, thinking that there was a chance that Evelyn would track that down, so she only gets to second base. It's a long single for Kaya Neary, and it's first and second for the Storm with one out here in the bottom of the first for the senior catcher, Bella Dunham. Coach Pearson, when I talked to her, we didn't get a chance with an early start today, didn't get a chance to play her interview. She was hoping the Storm would get off to a quicker start as the first pitch from Abby Gilbert is a touch high, ball one to Dunham. Pine River-Backus had a lead on Hill City Northland, and she said we didn't really start showing up till the fifth inning. Here's the 1-0 from Gilbert. That one way upstairs. Good job by Caitlin Riley climbing the ladder, keeping the runners at their respective bases. Berg at second, Neary at first. No courtesy runner for the Storm for Neary. With one out, 2 balls, no strikes. Here it comes, and Dunham with a liner to the right. That's a base hit. Getting on it quickly, and then it's bobbled. Here comes a run. Heading to third is Neary, and Hill City Northland will get on the board first here in the bottom of the first. Berg was coming around the coach center. That'll be an RBI single for Dunham. It's going to be a error in right that allows Neary to go from second to third, so give Dunham the RBI, and the second-seeded Storm get an early 1-0 lead. Runners at the corners with one out. And in steps the 8th grade left fielder Pearl Johnson. First pitch chopped left side. Tulinchek knocks it down, spins out of her hand. And another run will come in. Neary will score. Johnson is aboard. We'll give her the RBI. That is going to be an error charge. Usually an error doesn't net an RBI, but going on contact, Neary was going to score regardless of that play. So I'll award the RBI, and now it's 2-0 Hill City Northland. Runners at first and second with one out, and a big start for the home team here. First pitch to junior third baseman Maddie Barnes is low. 1 ball, no strikes. Dunham at second, also running for herself. Johnson at first, one out here in the home first. Gilbert, the Rock and Fire, and that one just off the plate outside. 2-0 to Maddie Barnes. And for Pine River-Backus, a couple of errors. Now again, Neary would have ended up really kind of scoring almost anyway with Dunham's base hit to right. Here's the Gilbert pitch, swinging a roller left side. Tulinchek knocks it down, flips to second for one. Johnson throw to first is going to go high, and it's going to go out of play. Another run will come in. That'll be an error charge, and that's 3 errors on the Tigers here in the first. Pearl Johnson is out on the 6-4 putout. Maddie Barnes reaches on the fielder's choice and then advances to second on the error. As Bella Dunham scores, and the Hill City Northland Storm taking advantage of a couple of miscues and just getting the bat on the ball. 3-0 Storm. 2 outs now. Runner at second for Haley Barnes, the freshman second baseman. And the first pitch is just below the knees, ball 1. 7th batter of the inning. At second base, Maddie Barnes. Gilbert spins the ball in her right hand. Here comes the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Good drop on that pitch. 1-1. You know, when you have a pitcher that consistently pounds the strike zone, you tend to be able to get up and be pretty aggressive at the plate, and that's what Hill City Northland has been here in this first inning, and they've benefited. Here's the pitch, and that one off the plate outside. 2-1. 3 hits, 3 errors that have more helped runners advance rather than put them on the bases. 2 balls and a strike to Haley Barnes. Caitlin Riley, the target. Here's a swing and another roller left side. Tulinchek again. This time the clean glove and a great pick at first. The throw was in the dirt, and Aaliyah Lewis makes a great play at first to finally get the Tigers out of the inning. That was really close to being another error and keeping the inning rolling. Hill City Northland gets a crooked number on the board in the bottom of the first inning. 3 runs on 3 hits. There were 3 errors on the PRB Tigers and 1 runner left on the base pads. Looks like 2 of the 3 runs were earned. And after 1 here in Hill City 5A section softball, it is Hill City Northland 3, Pine River-Backus nothing. Coverage today also brought to you in part by Bliss Salon and Boutique in Pequot Lakes, 218 Fitness in Pine River, and Sherwood Florist and Garden Center in Pine River. We're back after this. It's playoff softball on yourliveevent.com.
Each week just by shopping at your locally owned Pequot Lakes Super Value on Patriot Avenue in Pequot Lakes. Pequot Lakes Super Value offers simple and convenient curbside pickup. Order online at shop.pequotlakesupervalue.com. We shop for you and you simply pick them up at our front door. Save on gas too, earning 10 cents of savings on gas for every $100 spent on groceries. For quality service and freshness, shop Pequot Lakes Super Value. Good luck, area teams.
Top of the second inning. Devin Kruger here with you, and the Hill City Northland Storm get off to a 3-0 lead for their senior Pioneer. In the first pitch, Sawyer Tulinchek rolls it to third, and Maddie Barnes with the strong throw corner to corner to Jazz Kingsley on a single pitch. Sawyer Tulinchek retired 5-3, and there's an out here in the top of the second. That's going to bring up Aaliyah Lewis, who had a home run in yesterday's game, or excuse me, Monday's game against Walker. First pitch, big cut and a miss. Strike 1 as Can almost tell that Kaya Neary, with a 3-run lead, wants to get dialed in in the circle. And there's another cut and a miss on a fastball below the knees. 0-2 to Lewis. Tulenchik, Lewis, Autumn Burns due up for the Tigers here. Lewis hitting .345 with the home run and 21 RBIs. The 0-2 from Neary, and she does not chase the rise. 1-2. And now a pitch outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the senior first baseman, Aaliyah Lewis. The pitch from Neary, swing and a miss. Got the fastball by her. Lewis a little bit tardy. Second strikeout for Neary, 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the second. Storm are looking to get cruising early in this one. Here's Autumn Burns, freshman left fielder. Nobody on, 2 outs. And the first pitch, a liner left side, but foul. Autumn Burns hitting .385 with 11 driven in, 3 doubles on the year. She gets behind, no balls and 1 strike. Winner will advance to take on number 3 seed Keller Northholm to start the day tomorrow at noon here in Hill City. The pitch and a check swing, watching one high, 1-1 to Autumn. Whoever falls in this one goes to an elimination game against Sabika, scheduled for a 2 o'clock start here at Hill City. Then we'll have another elimination game at 4. Here's the 1-1, chopped off the plate, roller along third, just curves foul before Maddie Barnes picks it up, and that's actually a bit of a break for Hill City Northland because I don't think Autumn Burns is thrown out at first. If that ball stays fair, just was slowly creeping up the third base line. With 2 outs, the 1-2, and that one a called strike 3. Burns caught looking, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Kaya Neary and the Hill City Northland Storm. PRB down in order, no runs, no hits, nobody left. We'll head to the home half of the second. This is 5A section softball, 3-0 Hill City Northland here on yourliveevent.com.
At Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River, Community Bowl and Pizzeria serves the best pizza in the Lakes area. Or feast on burgers, great appetizers, huge calzones, hoagies, and wings. They invite you to bring the whole family in for a great time. Open bowling offered 7 days a week. Ask about joining a league. Moonlight Bowling is every Saturday evening. Ask about group rates, birthday parties, and other specials at Community Bowl and Pizzeria, downtown Pine River, 218-587-3100.
Shrub Excavating LLC is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Shrub Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basement septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 42 years and still digging it right. Shrub Excavating will have your project done right and on time. Serving Pine River-Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Shrub Excavating LLC. Online at shrubexcavating.com.
Home half of inning number 2. Hill City Northland with an early 3-0 advantage. 8, 9, and 1 due up. Even though he scored 3 runs, Abby Gilbert only threw 20 pitches in the first inning. The Storm aggressive at the plate. Here's Jazz Kingsley, the junior first baseman, takes inside ball 1. After Kingsley will be center fielder Abby Zabzalka and the top of the order, Charity Berg. 3 runs on 3 hits in the bottom of the first for Hill City Northland. Gilbert ready, Riley the target. Here's the 1-0, and that one upstairs, 2-0 to Kingsley. Don't forget, following the game, we'll have our usual post-game recap, notes, numbers, and awards. Tigers almost needing a quick second inning. Here's the pitch. Here's a swing, a liner, left field, and caught! Autumn Burns with a great catch in left field on the run, leaning over. That ball was tagged by Kingsley, and Autumn Burns got a good jump on it and tracked it down 1 away. That brings up Abby Zabzalka, senior center fielder. Nobody on, 1 out here in the home second. Great catch out there and left by Autumn Burns. The first pitch way upstairs, 1-0 to Zabzalka. Looking at the roster, I didn't note which starters were from which school in the Hill City Northland Co-op. Here's the 1-0, and that one a called strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitcher, catcher, both from Hill City. Is Abzalka a Hill City student? 1 out, 1 ball, 1 strike. Gilbert, the rock and fire, and a swing and a fly again. Autumn Burns. This time she's running in, and she will make the catch on the edge of the grass. Now again, with this field that doubles as softball and baseball, the dirt goes a lot farther behind the bases. So, as a fielder, you just want to be aware of that. Autumn Burns busy in left field. 2 up, 2 down to the top of the order, Charity Berg, who started the Storm off with a ripping single over Ariana Burns at third in the first, came around to score. 3-0 Hill City Northland, and a bouncer right to Burns at third. The throw to first to Lewis, dug out in time, another pick. And the Burns sisters doing the work defensively in a 1-2-3 bottom of the second inning here in Hill City. The Storm down in order, no runs, no hits, nobody left. It's a 6 up, 6 down second inning. And in this 5A section softball playoff matchup, it stays Hill City Northland 3, Pine River-Backus nothing. Coverage on your live event throughout the season, thanks to the sponsors Plumbing Etc. in Pine River, Barnum's Pine River Napa, and Northland Steam Cleaners in Pine River. Plus, these that make it possible here on yourliveevent.com.
More big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
A very quick second inning. 3 up, 3 down for both squads as we head to the top of the third. 3-0 Hill City Northland. 8-9-1 due up for the PRB Tigers. Junior right fielder Callie Trout will lead things off, hitting .238 on the season, and the first pitch is fired in for a strike. Good low strike on the inside half from Callie Neary. Abby Gilbert, Leah Eveland also due up for the Tigers. We're looking to somehow get their offense rolling. Here's a swing and a liner over foul. 0-2 to Trout. Trout, the right fielder, 5 hits in 21 at-bats. 1 run batted in, 5 walks drawn. Down in the 0-2 hole to Neary to lead off the third, and the pitch, and that one upstairs. Good take by Callie Trout. Didn't miss by a whole lot. Really good location there by Neary. 1-2. Trout staying in the box. Here's the rock and fire, and that one off the plate outside, and it's 2-2 as Trout didn't chase the curve. Very veteran battery for Hill City Northland. Senior pitcher Neary, senior catcher Dunham. Here's the 2-2 and a swing and a miss. That's 3 straight strikeouts for Kaya Neary. She's got 4 on the day so far, 1 away for Abby Gilbert. Gilbert hitting .214 on the year with 5 driven in. 9 hits and 42 at-bats with nobody on and 1 out. The first pitch swung on and fouled over the PRB dugout, strike 1. Coach Kinzer talked about his hitters being aggressive early in the count against a pitcher like Neary that can try to beat you with some speed, but also can mix things up. Wind kicking up a bit. Hazy sunshine, I would almost call it here in Hill City today. No balls, 1 strike, the pitch. And that one a called strike at the top of the zone. 0-2 to Gilbert. Three 0 Storm in front. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Neary. Swing and a miss. That's 4 straight punch-outs for the senior Kaya Neary. And back to the top, Leah Eveland, who flew out to left in her first at-bat. She's 0 for 1. That's 7 straight retired by the senior Neary. Tigers still looking for their first hit. Eveland flew to Pearl Johnson in left with nobody on and 2 outs. First pitch chopped at the plate, foul, strike 1. Evelyn sporting the windbreaker jacket. Right back into the box. 0-1. Neary delivers, swinging another chopper. That one kind of caught Dunham. Looks like it caught her flush in the shin guard, so she's okay. And again, Neary gets way in front. No balls, 2 strikes. Like the catcher gear from Bella Dunham, kind of an American flag theme. No balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes, and a swing and a drive to center. That's down for a base hit. Tigers have their first hit of the game, a 2-out single from Leah Eveland. Eveland entered hitting .288. Now here's Kaylee Johnson again, who walked her first time up. For Eveland, that was hit number 20 on the season. 3-0 Hill City Northland, runner on with 2 outs. The pitch to Johnson, first one, a late swing and a miss, strike 1. Devin Kruger here with you. Thank you for joining us. Playoff coverage at yourliveevent.com. Here's the 0-1, and here's a swing and a sharp foul, and Johnson quickly in the 0-2 hole. Tomorrow, more playoff action. You can always keep up with our upcoming schedule at rjbroadcasting.com. A bit of a question mark whether we'll be back here for softball tomorrow. Here's the 0-2. That one down in the dirt, nicely blocked by Dunham to keep Eveland at first. We are planning to cover PRB baseball as they start their tournament run tomorrow. We have 6 AA softball, 7 AA softball. Aiken is playing Barnum here shortly as a 1-2. Dips below the zone. Great take there by Johnson on the drop ball. It's 2-2. Lots of playoff action and with some extra hiccups thanks to the weather. Here's the 2-2 to Johnson, swinging a little floater right field, and that's down for a base hit. The throw quickly in, and it's back-to-back 2-out singles for the Tigers as Evelyn moves up to second. That brings up Caitlin Riley. For Johnson, her 14th hit of the year. Riley struck out her first time. 3-0 Storm. The Tigers trying to get this offense around on Kaya Neary. Riley steps in. Here's the first pitch, and Riley chops one at third. It's dropped. Picking it up and stepping on the bag in time was Maddie Barnes. That ball spun out of her glove into foul territory, and she had good wherewithal. Knowing she had the force at third, she didn't panic. She grabbed it calmly, stepped on the bag, forcing off Leah Eveland and ending the Pine River-Backus 2-out threat. It's a fielder's choice for Caitlin Riley, and the Tigers retired in the third. No runs. Tigers get their first pair of hits. No errors. 2 runners left on. It stays 3-0 Hill City Northland, bottom of the third. Right after this, it's high school playoff softball on yourliveevent.com.
When you have a project calling for concrete, contact the pros at Shingle Decker Concrete and Construction, offering high-quality professional masonry and concrete services to the Pillager and Brainerd Lakes area. The team of skilled craftsmen with Shingle Decker Concrete and Construction is ready to help for foundations, patios, driveways, colored and stamped concrete, and much more. For your residential and light commercial concrete jobs, call Shingle Decker Concrete and Construction at 218-639-2374. Fully licensed and offering free estimates.
Come get your fill at Pizza Ranch of Baxter and Little Falls. Pizza Ranch features plenty of pizza, a sensible salad bar, famous fried chicken, all the fixins, and delectable dessert. Buffet your way. Pizza Ranch on Edgewood Drive in Baxter and in Little Falls. Stop.
Devin Kruger back with you as we go to the home third. Hill City Northland plated 3 runs in the bottom of the first inning. Both teams went down in order in the second. Tigers got a couple of 2-out hits in the top half of this inning. We'll see if Abby Gilbert can keep this deficit where it is. Don't want to, again, it's double elimination. Your season's not over regardless today, but what a big win this can be. You always want to stay in that driver's seat without that first loss as much as possible. The first pitch in the bottom of the third is bounced right back through the middle for a base hit by the freshman DP, Avi Ruack. So already 4 hits for Hill City Northland, and they start off the third with a single chopped right back through the middle. Here's Kaya Neary, who singled and scored in the first. Ruack had popped out her first time up, drove this one right into the dirt for the single. Here's the pitch, and this one way up high. Runner goes. Riley, no chance to throw her out. Riley had to leave her feet to catch that one, and Ruach swipes second as the Storm get a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the third already with a 3-0 advantage. I have the feeling, in softball once in a while you'll see that 3 and 4 hitters play small ball. I don't expect it here as Gilbert changes up a bit, but it stays high, 2-0 to Kaya-Neary. I just have a feeling that Neary's got a good enough bat that there's no way coach is going to ask her to sacrifice. And here's the pitch, and sure enough, she swings away, fouls this one back off the bleachers. 2-1 to the senior pitcher, Kaya-Neary. Hill City Northland, again, 13-4 on the year. Pine River-Backus, 12-9. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here it comes from Gilbert. Swinging a line drive to center. Leah Evelyn will have it played off the hop. The throw to third will not be in time. Ariana Burns to second. The tag, not in time. And the Storm will have runners at second and third. A single by Neary, and then as the throw went to third, she motored to second, and Hill City Northland with something going again here in the third inning. Second and third, nobody out for Bella Dunham, the senior catcher who delivered an RBI single in the first and scored herself. Nobody out, and the pitch from Gilbert, swinging a roller left side. Chulinchek knocks it down. She'll throw to first, and it's low and down in the dirt past Lewis. 1 run is in. Coming in is Neary, heading to third, and safe is Dunham, and a costly error on the PRB Tigers. Ruach was heading home, and the throw low to first allowed Neary to come around to score again, and now Dunham is at third. It's 5-0, and the first pitch is swinging a high fly to left. Autumn Burns drifting back. She'll make the catch on a single pitch. Pearl Johnson will fly out to her left field counterpart, but it will net the RBI as Dunham comes in to score for the second time. Tigers finally get an out, and the bases are empty, but Hill City Northland has now doubled their lead here in the bottom of the third inning. It is 6-0 in favor of the Storm. Bases empty for Maddie Barnes, who reached on a fielder's choice her first time up. She's 0 for 1. First pitch high for ball 1. Three of the 4 hitters have gone after the first pitch from Abby Gilbert and put it in play. Coach Pearson has to be real happy with the approach at the plate, and the Tigers have helped him out in some areas too. Here's a swing, another bouncer. Ariana Burns at third. The throw to first, right on target. 2 down. Avery Ruach led off with a single. Neary with a single. And an error that allowed a run to come in. In fact, 2 runs to come in. Dunham does not get an RBI this time around because Ruach didn't really break for home until after the throw to first was committed. And the first pitch is down low to Haley Barnes, the freshman second baseman. She grounded out to end the first. She's 0 for 1. Bases empty, 2 outs, 6-0 Hill City Northland, and the pitch swinging a soft liner, and that one off the glove of Johnson. She'll scoop and no throw back to first. That one was a flare, and Johnson probably should have got that one. It was kind of low on the top of her shoe tops. Be interested to see what the official scorebook puts that. I think if you ask Johnson, it's definitely one she should have had. I'm going to give that an error to Johnson, and 2 more errors this inning. That's 5 in the game for PRB. Here's Jazz Kingsley. The first pitch from Abby Gilbert is down off the plate. That one skips away from Riley, but not enough for Barnes to make a move. It's 1-0. Kingsley, the 7th batter of the inning. Another big inning for this Hill City Northland Storm offense. Kingsley tagged one her first time up, but it was caught on a great catch by Autumn Burns in left. Here's the pitch, and she hits another one. This one a soft little flare left center field, and that's down for a base hit. Haley Barnes to second. 3rd hit in the inning again for Hill City Northland, so the odd number innings have so far been very good for the Storm here on their home turf. First and second, 2 outs for Abby Zabzalka. She lifted a fly to Autumn Burns and left her first time up. 6-0 Storm, the pitch, and here's a chopper at the plate, foul, strike one. Haley Barnes at second, Kingsley at first. First 3 batters reached and all came around to score. Right now, 2 of the 3 runs are earned, as here's the 0-1. That one in the dirt. Riley with a good block. 1 ball, 1 strike to Zabzalka. Nevis and Mille Lacs softball in about an hour on yourliveevent.com as the 1-1 sails high, 2-1 to Zabzalka. 2 outs here in the home third with runners at first and second. Wind kicking up a bit. At least it's behind me. I can shield it a little bit. Now here's a change that stays high, and Zabzalka way in front, 3-1. Number 9 batter in the order. So for Abby Gilbert, I would say you don't want to mess around and get back to that strike zone. The 3-1, and here's a swing and a fly left field, and that one's going to land in foul territory. Goes to a full count, 2 outs, so that means Haley Barnes and Kingsley can get a head start. Full count to the senior center fielder, Zabzalka. Caitlin Riley will call the pitch. Gilbert's ready. Here's the payoff, and a swing and a foul back. Let's do it again. Yeah, you set the table, get everybody hyped up, and then just a foul ball, do it again. Coach Pearson looking on as Zabzalka steps back in. Here's another payoff and a swing and a fly left side, crossing over to foul territory, and Burns cannot make the catch this time. Just missed it. Fairly long run and right off the very tip of the glove, so we'll reset and try again. Haley Barnes back to second, Jazz Kingsley back to first. 3 runs across here in the bottom of the third with a 6-0 Hill City Northland lead. Gilbert ready. Here's another one, and upstairs she missed ball 4. And Hill City Northland bats around. First walk issued by Gilbert, and head coach Ben Kinzer is going to call for time. Yesterday, in games that did get played in Section 5A, number 1 seed Black Duck got their game in. They defeated 8 seeded LaPorte 10-0. Number 3 seed Kelly Northholm got their game in and defeated 6 seeded Sabika 12-2. So half of the bracket got played yesterday, half of it did not. Number 4 seed Mille Lacs in Isle hosting 5th seeded Nevis today. That one again scheduled to start at about 4:30. That audio right here on yourliveevent.com. And of course our game here. Winner of this game goes against Kelly Northholm to start the day tomorrow, 12 noon first pitch. Here in Hill City, Hill City has been delegated as the host site due to field conditions at some other places due to all the rain yesterday. So the section decided they're just going to make the choice and play here regardless of what happens. Top of the order, Charity Berg steps in after the meeting in the circle. Bases are loaded with 2 outs. Berg is 1 for 2. The first pitch from Abby Gilbert swung on and missed. Berg swung just over the top. And Gilbert able to get in front, 0-1. 3 runs are in, 2 are out. Bases full of Storm ladies. Here's the 0-1, and that one a called strike 2, catching the inside edge. Good reset there by Abby Gilbert as she gets in front. I think you could say the sun is officially out here in Hill City this afternoon. Still a bit breezy. 0-2 to Berg. Here it is, swinging a liner, but foul. Berg ripped that one, but it was a little too far in front. Head coach Nikki Pearson looks at every RUAC in the on-deck circle and says, shucks. Northland have batted around. 9th batter of the inning. It'll stay no balls and 2 strikes to Berg. Black Duck will host the other part of the section tournament tomorrow. They'll take on the winner of Mille Lacs and Nevis. LaPorte will take on the loser in elimination play. Again, there will be 2 elimination games tomorrow. Winner's bracket game at noon, elimination games at 2 and 4. Here's the 0-2. This one way upstairs, and Caitlin Riley saved a run by leaping up and snaring that one before it went to the fence. There was a big step off a third from Haley Barnes, and she had to hit the brakes pretty quick. Here's the 1-2 and a swing and a pop-up. Ariana Burns makes the call, makes the catch, and that wraps up our 3rd inning, but not before Hill City Northland doubles their lead. 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They did it again on 3 hits. There were 2 Pine River-Backus errors, and 3 runners were left on base. New score after 3 here in this 5A section matchup. It is now Hill City Northland 6 and Pine River-Backus nothing. We head to the 4th. This is playoff softball on yourliveevent.com.
Gas Express in Cross Lake. While there, be sure to pick up Reed's Hardwood Smoked Meats, made in Reed's very own smokehouse, located on County Road 3 and open at 7 a.m. 7 days a week. Shop Reed's Market in Cross Lake. Whether it's work or school, reliable technology is crucial. If it's not performing, talk to Watt Computer Solutions in Jenkins, your electronics expert, and voted #1 best computer and tech repair in the Brainerd Lakes area. Repair, upgrade, or buy new. Watt Computer Solutions in Jenkins.
Welcome back. Give you a game reset here after 3 innings. For Pine River-Backus, no runs on 2 hits. They've committed 5 fielding errors and have left 3 runners on base. For Hill City Northland, 6 runs on 6 hits, no fielding errors, 4 runners left on. Just 43 pitches for Kaya Neary through 3 innings as she faces 4, 5, and 6 here in the 4th. 53 pitches for Abby Gilbert for the Tigers. And the first pitch, Ariana Burns absolutely crushes a line drive, but right to the center fielder, Zebzalka. Burns with an absolute laser, but that one right to Zebzalka, who only had to take a couple steps to her right. And it's a hard line out to center to start the top of the 4th. 1 out for the PRB Tigers. That brings up Tulinchik, who grounded out to 3rd her first time up. She's 0 for 1. Tigers had a pair of 2-out hits in the top of the 3rd. That's been it offensively, other than a 1-out walk back in the 1st. Senior Kaya Neary can really deal now with a 6-0 lead. She misses on the opener to Tulinchek outside. It's 1-0. Bases are empty. Here it is upstairs. Tulinchek gets in front, 2 balls, no strikes. Aiken and Barnum coming up on KKI AM 930, FM 103.1 at the top of the hour. Here's a swing and a foul back, and it's 2 balls and a strike to Tulinchek. Couple extra seconds as Neary checks in with Dunham behind the plate. The 2-1 to Tulinchek, swinging a liner off the glove of the first baseman, Kingsley. That's a fair ball. Tulinchek is motoring for second, and she's in with a stand-up double right off the first baseman's glove. Hard line drive to the right side, and the Tigers get the first extra base hit for Tulinchek. That is her 3rd double of the year. And with 1 out, here comes Aaliyah Lewis. Lewis, a strikeout victim her first time up. Came in hitting .345 on the season. Here's the pitch from Neary, and that one is, I'm not sure where it missed. It's 1-0. Looked like maybe it was a tad inside, didn't look high. Tulinchek got second. Left side of the infield is playing in. Here's one upstairs, and Lewis gets in front 2-0. Long throw down to the shortstop, Berg from Dunham, just letting Tulinchek know she's aware of her hopping off second base. The 2-0 to Lewis, and that one a strike on the outer half. Little unorthodox to see the shortstop play basically straight in the baseline, but that's where Charity Berg is perched. Here's the 2-1 to Lewis, and a swing and a miss late on the fastball from Neary, 2-2. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. With the sun making things feel pretty nice here in Hill City. The 2-2, swinging a chopper off the plate. It's going to be the shortstop. The throw to first, and it is in time. The throw back to third for Tulenchek is late. Lewis out by a step at first. I had to locate the base umpire to see what the signal was. Lewis just beat out by the throw from the shortstop, Charity Berg. 2 outs. Tulenchek at third now for Autumn Burns, the freshman left fielder. She struck out her first time up. 6-0 Storm, and with 2 outs, the first pitch to Autumn Burns, upstairs, ball 1. Autumn, who has made a sensational catch in left field, now trying to contribute offensively. Here's the 1-0, and she swings at a high one, fouls it back 1-1. 3 in the first, 3 in the third for the Storm here on the home field, holding the 6-0 advantage. The 1-1 to Autumn Burns, a swing and a chopper at the plate. 1-2. Burns was a little in front of that change tossed in by Kyaneri. Burns staying in the box ready. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Got her with the rise ball. Burns down on strikeouts for the second time, and that wraps up the inning. Punch out number 6 for the senior Kyaneri. A 1-out double for the Tigers is all they get in the top of the fourth. No runs on the hit, 1 left on the base pads. It stays 6-0 Hill City Northland here in this 5A section softball playoff matchup, with our coverage brought to you in part by Country Dog Veterinary Clinic in Pine River, Tremolo Communications, Backus Locker, and Laco Heating and Air in Pine River. More coming right up. This is playoff softball on your liveevent.com.
Hugo's Family Marketplace in Pine River is your local grocery store where you can find it all and still enjoy the local hometown atmosphere. Every Wednesday, Hugo's Family Marketplace features gallons of milk at just 2 for $6. They cut all of their own meat, and there is always something fresh in the bakery. A great deli, too. Stop by Hugo's Family Marketplace, where you will always be greeted with a smile. Visit them online at PineRiverFamilyMarket.com for the weekly ad, coupons, fun recipes to try, and more.
Country Doc Veterinary Clinic in Pine River salutes and supports our area athletes. No matter the sport, they applaud the kids and coaches for all their dedication and wish them all the best of luck. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic also thanks all the coaches, staff, officials, and volunteers for taking the time to provide our area kids plenty of opportunities. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic, east of Pine River on County Road 1, providing compassionate small animal care for your beloved pets. Von Hansen's meet.
We come back, and in the bottom of the fourth, the first pitch is lasered to left field by the person that led off. And now here's a throw to the plate, and Caitlin Riley blocks it. Now go throw back to third, and Ruack is out. Avery Ruack ripped a base hit down the left field line for a double. The throw from Autumn Burns sailed over the head of the second baseman, Kaylee Johnson. Ruack headed for third, rounded it for home, and then was thrown out 9-5, so she gets credit for the double, her second hit. Now the first pitch, a bouncer to Ariana Burns at third, right on the line. The throw to Aaliyah Lewis, perfect, and Kyaneri grounds out. 2 pitches and 2 outs, but a wild start to the bottom of the fourth inning. Neary was 2 for 2. So the hit by Ruack, but ends up getting thrown out at third. There has to be an error charged, and now here's the first pitch and a swing and a miss. Bella Dunham chased one low. Dunham is 1 for 2. RBI single and a run in the first, reached on an error and scored in the third. 6-0 Hill City Northland. 2 outs, base is empty, and now the pitch upstairs from Abby Gilbert, 1-1. What a way to start the bottom of the fourth. Tons of action and already 2 outs before I can even gather my thoughts. Now here's a swing and a pop. Lewis heading towards the PRB dugout, but heading down that hill. And again, if it was a flat surface over there, you can probably go after that a little bit harder, but Lewis wanted to be careful going downhill towards the dugout. That one falls. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Dunham. Gilbert looking for a quick fourth. As here's a pitch swinging a bouncer pass. Tulinchik got short. And Dunham's got her second hit. She's aboard first. Six nothing Hill City Northland. We're in the bottom of the fourth. The pitch from Gilbert, and that one down low. Runner was going. Riley will throw it to second, but that one, she had a little trouble. It was right on the bottom of the, basically on the shoe tops, and Dunham steals second base. It's 1-0 for Pearl Johnson, the left fielder, who is 0 for 1 with a pair of RBIs with a sac fly and also reached on an error. Now one in the dirt. Riley knocks it down, heading for third. The throw not going to be in time. Dunham, good speed, beat it out. That'll be a wild pitch. And it's a runner at third for Hill City Northland after a wild first out and a one-pitch second out. 2 balls, no strikes now to Johnson. Here's Gilbert's pitch and a swing and a pop left side. Burns making the call. Ariana Burns behind third base. She will make the catch. And the Burns sisters continue to be busy defensively. No runs in the bottom of the fourth on a pair of hits, including a very wild out with the first batter, Avery Ruack. 1 error, 1 runner left on base. We are through 4 in this first double elimination round of the 5A section tournament. It is 6-4 Hill City Northland on yourliveevent.com.
All the area teams, the best of luck. Von Hansen's is more than the best selection of quality meats. Try their famous specialty pretzels. Von Hansen's in Baxter and at vonhansens.com. We bring you the best.
Martin Sports Shop in Nisswa would like to be your go-to store. They keep inventory fresh, this year adding Chubbies and Thread wallets with more new products coming. Check their Facebook page for updates. Martin's continues to be the premier dealer for sunglasses from Maui Jim, Oakley, Costa, Blender, SunCloud, and Smith. But wait, there's more. Martin Sports Shop's selection of swimsuits, quality sandals, wake surf, water skis, tubes, and so much more. Come in, say hi, and they'll show you all Martin Sports Shop has to offer in downtown Nisswa.
Top of the fifth. 6-0 in favor. And Callie Trout leads off with a foul over the PRB dugout. Trout, a strikeout victim, her first time up. 3 in the first, 3 in the third. The odd number innings have been not so friendly for PRB defensively. There's a swing and a liner right to the second baseman. Trout with a little solid shot, but the freshman Haley Barnes just has to reach across her body to make the grab. And, well, there's some of your differences. We have seen Pine River-Backus tag a couple of balls that were right at Storm defenders. The Storm have found some holes, and PRB has committed 5 fielding errors to help them out. With 1 out, here's Abby Gilbert. First pitch swung on in line to the fence, foul, strike 1. Gilbert, a strikeout victim, her first time up. And PRB has committed 6 errors in the field compared to the Storm's 0. Nothing in 1, nobody on, 1 out, and here's another bouncer, Haley Barnes, this time on a hop. The throw to first, and Gilbert's retired. Top of the order now, Leah Eveland, who's 1 for 2, as one of the 3 PRB hits on the day. 6-0 Hill City Northland on yourliveevent.com. Devin Kruger with you. Here's the pitch, and here's a chopper off the plate. Neary in front of the circle, and a 1-2-3, very quick top of the fifth for the Hill City Northland Storm. The number 2 seed is looking strong here in this section playoff matchup, trying to avenge a regular season loss to PRB. No runs, no hits, nobody left. On a 5-pitch top of the 5th inning, it stays Hill City Northland 6, Pine River-Backus nothing. Back right after this on yourliveevent.com.
Bliss Salon and Boutique in Pequot Lakes is your top spot for hair, makeup, and lash extensions. And no surprise, they've done it again. Bliss is a 2025 Best of Weddings pick on the Knot magazine and our Hall of Famers. And Bliss Salon and Boutique is so much more. Find lots of beautiful locally made and handcrafted accessories and jewelry. Plus, pick up some Pequot Lake's own Oofta Juice. Stop and see the awesome gals at Bliss Salon and Boutique on Main Street in downtown Pequot Lakes.
Tomorrow is happening right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Well, the bottom of the fifth, and this is where it gets interesting, folks. If you are a fan of patterns, you're hoping that something will change for the Pine River-Backus Tigers. Trailing number 2 seed Hill City Northland, 6-0. The Storm, the number 2 seed. The Tigers, the number 7 seed. The Storm scored 3 in the first, 3 in the third. And now here in the fifth, 6-7-8 due up against Abby Gilbert for Hill City Northland. Junior Maddie Barnes will lead things off. She's 0 for 2 with a fielder's choice. And the first pitch, a swing and a bouncer, left side. Nice hop, hip high to Tulinchek. Throw to first in time. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the home fifth. More importantly for the Tigers, if they can keep the Storm off the board, they've got to get some offense. And Coach Kinzer said in the pregame that Storm had a very, very solid pitcher. We've seen that in Kaianiri. Tigers have only mustered 3 hits off her through 5 innings. Here's Haley Barnes, the freshman second baseman. First pitch, swung on a little flare. It's going to be on the ground right behind the second base bag. Tulinchek and Johnson were both going for it, and Johnson made the call and reached over and kind of went off the back end of the glove. That's a really tough one to call, whether it's a hit or an error. Yes, Johnson, she should have caught it, but I don't necessarily consider that a routine play. So I'm going to give Haley Barnes the hit. Here's, with 1 out, here's a pitch, a slow roller third base side foul. Kind of a swinging bunt from Jazz Kingsley. It's strike 1. Hill City Northland extremely aggressive at the plate with Abby Gilbert, a pitcher that doesn't walk much. No strikeouts for Gilbert. She's only issued 1 walk. 5 hits for Hill City Northland. Actually, correction, here's a little flare. Johnson has it fall between her legs. That had a ton of spin on it, and Johnson could not quite handle that one. That one will be an error on Johnson. 7th error. Hill City Northland has 9 hits. PRB 7 errors. It's 6-0, so the game's not out. It's close to, but not completely out of reach. Tigers offense came alive late on Monday against Walker. First and second with 1 out, and the first pitch down low to Abby Zabzalka, the senior center fielder, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Again, these odd number innings have not gone so well for PRB's defense. 1 ball, no strikes. First and second for the Storm, and the pitch swung on and missed. Zabzalka chased a changeup high. Again, after the game, post-game recap would be next. No matter what, teams are back here tomorrow for more. Here's the pitch, and that one up high. Zabzalka left that one. 2 balls and a strike. Gilbert checks in with Riley again behind the dish. Here's the 2-1. Here's a swing and a roller foul on the third base side towards the Storm dugout. 2-2. Leadoff ground out by Maddie Barnes on a single pitch. And an infield single and an error. Tigers trying desperately to not get down more. 2-2 to the number 9 batter, Zabzalka. Here it is, and it's upstairs. Full count to Zabzalka. Coach Pearson seeing if her senior can come up big again. The pitch from Gilbert, and a swing and a roller foul. Do it again. In the third inning when Zabzalka was at the plate, She ended up drawing a walk, but not before she went full and fouled a couple of pitches off from Gilbert. Same scenario playing out here. Full count. She fouls one off. Runners at first and second. Here's Gilbert's pitch and a swing and a fly foul, and sure enough, let's do it again. Funny how these patterns sometimes seem to unfold. Zabzalka had flown out in the second, drew that walk in the third, and now battling again here in the fifth with a full count. Haley Barnes at second, Jazz Kingsley at first. Another payoff, here it is, and now in a called strike three. I think Zabzalka thought that might have been low, but that looked right across the kneecaps as it came across. That is the first strikeout of the game for Abby Gilbert. We go to the top of the order in Charity Berg. 2 on for Hill City Northland with a 6-0 advantage, home fifth. Berg 1 for 3 with a run scored. Gilbert ready, here's the wind and the pitch. That one dips low, ball one. Berg had a sharp single in the first. Came in to score, grounded out in the second, popped out in the third. Here in the fifth, she's up again. Here's the pitch, swinging a high fly to center. Eveland is drifting back. Eveland near the fence, can make the catch, and it's over the fence. That's a home run. With a temporary fence, it's always hard to judge. Eveland, I didn't even see her make contact with it. She reached up, she couldn't quite pull it down, and it's another 3-run inning for the Hill City Northland Storm as a top of the order Charity Berg just hit a 3-run home run. And now Hill City Northland is 1 run away from ending this one early, as it is 9-0 in favor of the Hill City Northland Storm. Bases are empty with 2 outs for Avery Ruach, who has a couple of hits, 2 for 3 with a single and a double. 2 outs, and the bases are now empty. And the pitch to Ruach here is swinging a roller back up the middle, past a diving Tulachek, and she's got her 3rd hit. Just an 8th grader, but now the ball got past Evelyn. Here stopping at third. That ball rolled past Tulachek, took a hop, went over the glove of Evelyn. That ends up being, really wasn't an error the way the ball hopped. That's going to be a triple, so a single, double, and triple, and now the game-ending run is at third as head coach Ben Kinzer comes out and chats with his PRB defense. Autumn Burns and Evelyn, as that one went past Tulachek, Evelyn came up to it, and these outfields sometimes have a little ridge, and just hopped right over all the way back to the fence, so it turns into a triple for Ruach. The young freshman with 2 outs. If she scores, this one is over. Kaya Neary, the batter, who's 2 for 3 with a pair of runs. And the senior in the circle has a chance to end it at the plate. 9-0 Hill City Northland, first one in the dirt, and Caitlin Riley makes the block on it. Ball 1. The pattern has held, unfortunately, for the PRB Tigers. 1-0 to Neary. The pitch way upstairs, and Gilbert falls behind. 2 balls, no strikes. Due to the error that allowed Kingsley on, all of these runs are unearned, as Zabzalka's strikeout would have ended the inning. The 2-0 to Neary, a swing and a chopper at the plate, 2-1 as she was in front of the change. Coverage today brought to you by Watt Computer Solutions in Jenkins, Bliss Salon and Boutique in Pequot Lakes, and 218 Fitness in Pine River, along with all the great advertisers you hear during the commercial breaks. 2-1 to Neary. Gilbert ready, the pitch, and Neary, a swing and a high fly. Autumn Burns coming in, makes the call and makes the catch, and the Tigers will stay alive for now. Bottom of the fifth, 3 more runs for Hill City Northland. With 3 hits, a single, a triple, and a home run. There was 1 Pine River-Backus error and 1 runner left on the base pads. The pattern holds 3 in the first, 3 in the third, 3 in the fifth. And our new score after 5 It is Hill City Northland 9, Pine River-Backus nothing. We head to the 6th right after this on yourliveevent.com.
Restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 is stocked with bait, tackle, and snacks for your fishing excursions, quality Cenex gasoline, and off-road diesel. Their inside and outside car washes are open. Make sure to stop by to keep your car shining bright in the sun. Don't forget your fishing and hunting license. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
Hannah.
Devin Kruger back with you on yourliveevent.com. After 5 innings, Hill City Northland 9 runs on 11 hits. They've left 6 runners stranded, no errors in the field. Pine River-Backus has no runs on 3 hits, 7 fielding errors, and 4 runners left on. Tigers will have 2, 3, 4. Johnson, Riley, Ariana Burns facing Kaya Neary, who's been great in the circle for Hill City Northland. First pitch in the dirt. Almost clipped Johnson's foot. It's 1-0. Johnson's 1 for 1 with a hit and a walk. 61 pitches through 5 innings for Neary, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk. And that was to Johnson in the first. Here's the 1-0, and here's a roller to second base. Picked up by Haley Barnes, and one second baseman grounds out to the other, 1 away. For Abby Gilbert, 81 pitches through 5 innings. A 9-0 win for Hill City Northland. Again, double elimination. Both these teams back here tomorrow as here's a first pitch swing and a foul by Caitlin Riley, 0-1. Riley is 0 for 2. The winner takes on Kelly Northholm in the winner's bracket game at noon. Hill City hosting that one tomorrow. The 0-1, and that one just off the plate outside on a fastball 1-1 to Riley. If this one holds serve, then Pine River-Backus will take on Sabika, scheduled for 2 o'clock. Here's a roller to third. Maddie Barnes, and the throw to first, not in time. The ball was dropped at first, but there wasn't a whole lot on that throw, and I think Riley beat it out anyway. I'm going to give her the base hit. 4th hit of the game for PRB, and here's Ariana Burns, who is 0 for 2 with a flyout and a lineout to center. Her last one, she absolutely tagged, but it was right to Zabzalka in center. Runner on first, 1 out, top 6. The pitch from Neary is off the plate outside, ball 1. A 9-0 Storm lead. Tigers won the regular season meeting 6-5, got an early lead, and then hung on late. Coach Pearson told me that she wanted to see better play throughout for the Storm. Now here's a swing and a liner past third base. That's a base hit for Burns. Heading around second, Riley will slide into third. The throw goes to third. Burns hustles into second, and the Tigers offense trying to come alive. Back-to-back base hits for the PRB Tigers. Runners at second and third for Sawyer Chulinchik, who delivered a double her last time up. Went off the glove of the first baseman, Kingsley. 9-0 Storm, 1 out here in the top of the 6th, and the Tigers trying to crack the egg on the scoreboard. Chulinchik 1 for 2. Here's Neary's pitch. It's upstairs, ball 1. You know, and it's a big deficit, but if you're the Tigers, the one thing you have to make sure of at the plate, and I think Chulinchik did a good job, don't get too anxious, don't chase stuff. You can still wait for your pitch. Just do something good with it. Here's the 1-0, and a swing and a foul straight back. That one was kind of in on the hands. I think the Twins won their resumed game from Monday against Cleveland. Here's the 1-1, and here's a chopper at the plate foul. That time, Chulinchik did go golfing a little bit. Twins were suspended Monday, got rained out Tuesday. One ball, 2 strikes to Sawyer Chulinchik. Here it comes from Neary, and a swing and a miss. Neary with a huge strikeout, 2 down. Strikeout number 7 for Neary. Here's Aaliyah Lewis, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a groundout. Twins did win the Monday's resumed game 6-5. Had a bigger lead than that. Must have hung on. Here's Lewis. Fouling one off. Strike one. Twins are up 1-0 in the top of the fifth in their second in the regularly scheduled game today. Here it's 9-0 Hill City Northland. Top of the sixth, runners at second and third for PRB. The pitch to Lewis. That one upstairs, 1-1. Didn't miss by much. Lewis struck out in the second, grounded out in the fourth. Back here in the sixth, trying to get the Tigers on the board. The 1-1, and that one off the plate outside. 2-1. Dunham with the target. The 2-1 swing and a liner. Lewis, little tardy on that one, fouled it off. 2-2. For Hill City Northland, they'll have the 4, 5, and 6 batters in the bottom of the sixth. Tigers trying to claw back a little. And now here's a swing and a miss. And how about Kyaneri? With runners at second and third with one out, back-to-back strikeouts to fend off the threat and keep Hill City Northland one run away from closing this game out early. In the top of the sixth, PRB no runs with a pair of hits, no storm errors. Both runners left stranded. Bottom of the sixth inning here in Hill City. It's Hill City Northland 9 and Pine River-Backus nothing as we return with more right after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
is proud to support today's radio coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like the PRB Activities page on Facebook for information on Booster Club events and fundraisers. The Booster Club could use your help with great events and fundraisers, all giving back to the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information, email prboosterclub, 1, @gmail.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month, 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Booster Club and all its members.
Great people.
We go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Oh, sorry, I realized I didn't change the screen for the sixth inning. So if you were watching it, sorry for the confusion. Bottom of the sixth. Hill City Northland 9, Pine River-Backus nothing. 2-7 matchup in this 5A tournament. Kind of interesting, 5A softball seeds basically 1 through 14. Baseball still does East and West. If Pine River-Backus can get to the 7th, they'll have 7, 8, and 9 due up in the order. Bella Dunham leads off for Hill City Northland, takes low in the dirt, 1-0. Dunham is 1 for 3 today. Correction, 2 for 3 with an RBI and a pair of runs. She's been on base all 3 times. She'll be followed by Pearl Johnson and Maddie Barnes. The 1-0, and it's upstairs 2-0. The Storm with the 9-0 lead. All their runs coming in odd number innings, so they're trying to break the trend to wrap this one up potentially early. Here's a bouncer left side off the glove of a diving Tulinchek into center, and that's a leadoff single for Bella Dunham. Her 3rd hit of the day. And through the 6 innings, Hill City Northland has had the leadoff runner on in 4 of the 6. Dunham already has a stolen base. Pearl Johnson 0 for 2 with a couple of RBIs. Here's the pitch, and it's down in the dirt. Riley won't have a throw. Dunham steals second. Ball 1 to Johnson. 1 ball, no strikes. Interesting to see if Coach Pearson will try to play small ball to move the runner up. Here's the pitch, and she stays with the bat on her shoulders, takes ball 2. Didn't square up at all. Ariana Burns took a quick step in at third just in case the bunt was on. 2-0 to Johnson, and the pitch swinging a roller left side. Tulinchek gloves the throw to first in time, and Dunham with her speed will easily take third. You know, and for Tulinchek, she even glanced back But, of course, as soon as the commitment was made to go to first, Dunham moves up. And the game-clinching run, which would put in the 10-run rule, is at third base with one out. Here's Maddie Barnes, who is 0 for 3. A fielder's choice and a couple of groundouts. The pitch and a swing and a fly. Kaylee Johnson backpedaling behind the line, makes the catch. Dunham bluffs the tag, goes a couple of shuffling steps towards home and holds. I was almost wondering if, with a 9-0 lead, Hill City Northland would just say, you know what? Let's just make the tag. Since Johnson was backpedaling, that meant her momentum was going towards the outfield. I almost would have made him make the play. They didn't. Here's Haley Barnes, and the first pitch outside, ball 1. So it's 2 outs. Dunham at third, 9-0 Hill City Northland. Barnes at the plate, who's 1 for 3 with a run scored. She singled and scored last inning. Here's the 1-0, and it's upstairs, 2-0. Tigers trying to get one more chance at the plate, as they have been shut down by Kyaneri and the Hill City Northland defense, as the 2-0 dips low. 3-0 now to Haley Barnes. Again, the Storm only allowing 3.3 runs per game. Wind kicks up a bit as the clouds roll in. Here's a 3-0 from Gilbert upstairs, and she loses. Haley Barnes walks her on 4 pitches. Only the second walk from Abby Gilbert. Now runners at the corners with 2 outs for Jazz Kingsley, who's 1 for 3. Reached on an error and scored last inning. Singled back in the third. Kind of a hazy sunshine type day here in Hill City. A lot better than yesterday, temperature-wise. With 2 outs, Gilbert back to work. Here's the pitch to Kingsley. Swing and a fly. Short right, it is dropping, and that is off the glove of Evelyn, and this game is over. That ball popped right on the edge of the grass and the dirt. Evelyn Johnson and Trout all were coming in, and it just went off the glove of Evelyn. That is going to be a base hit. That was a long run. It's an RBI single, scoring Dunham. And that's how this one will close out in the bottom of the 6th inning. A run on 2 hits for Hill City Northland. No errors on the Tigers. 2 runners left on base. And this one wraps up in 6 innings. 5A tournament. Both teams advance to tomorrow. Pine River-Backus will head to the elimination bracket, as this one a final here in Hill City. The Storm with a 10-0 6-inning win gets the victory, as the Storm will go to 14-4 on the season. They avenge the regular season loss to the Tigers. The Tigers fall to 12-10, and now their season will be on the line with every game here on out through the section tournament. Final 10-0 Hill City Northland. We'll get the post-game recap started right after this on yourliveevent.com.
Ability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools offers a variety of community education programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. prbschools.org.
More big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
Save on your groceries and gas each week just by shopping at your locally owned Pequot Lake Super Value on Patriot Avenue in Pequot Lakes. Pequot Lake Super Value offers simple and convenient curbside pickup. Order online at shop.pequotlakesupervalue.com. We shop for you and you simply pick them up at our front door. Save on gas too, earning 10 cents of savings on gas for every $100 spent on groceries. For quality service and freshness, shop Pequot Lake Super Value. Good luck, area teams. There's way more than bowling at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria serves the best pizza in the Lakes area. Or feast on burgers, great appetizers, huge calzones, hoagies, and wings. They invite you to bring the whole family in for a great time. Open bowling offered 7 days a week. Ask about joining a league. Moonlight Bowling is every Saturday evening. Ask about group rates, birthday parties, and other specials at Community Bowl and Pizzeria, downtown Pine River, 218-587-3100.
Shrub Excavating LLC is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Shrub Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basement septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 42 years and still digging it right. Shrub Excavating will have your project done right and on time. Serving Pine River-Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Shrub Excavating LLC. Online at shrubexcavating.com.
We welcome you back here at Hill City. The Hill City Northland Storm get the victory by the final score of 10-0 in 6 innings over the PRB Tigers, sending Pine River-Backus to the elimination bracket where they will take on Sabika. 2 o'clock the scheduled first pitch. Now again, depending on all the results from today, other games are going tomorrow. There's baseball tournaments tomorrow. Right now I'd say there's a decent chance we will have somebody here to cover the softball team for PRB. We'll have baseball coverage for the Tigers tomorrow as well as they get their tournament season started. So we'll get all that decisions made after we get all the finals from today. Aiken is playing right now. Mille Lacs is playing right now as our actually Mille Lacs will be started in about 10 or 15 minutes going up against Nevis. So this one a 10-0 win in 6 innings for Hill City Northland. As we recap the scoring, the odd number innings were the big ones for Hill City Northland. Coach Pearson said that she wanted to have the team play a complete game. Didn't start off real hot against Pine River-Backus in the regular season. They did here today. 3 runs on 3 hits in the first, 3 runs on 3 hits in the fifth, 3 runs on 3 hits in, or excuse me, 3 runs on 3 hits in the first, 3 runs on 3 hits in the third, 3 runs on 3 hits in the fifth, and then 1 run on 2 hits in the bottom of the 6th to close this one out 10-0. Kaya Neary gets the win. Outstanding performance in the circle. 77 pitches in her 6 innings of work. No runs on 5 hits. She struck out 8 and only walked 1. For Pine River-Backus, taking the loss, Abby Gilbert, 5 2/3, 10 runs, 5 earned on 13 hits, walked 2 and struck out 1 as my gift card just went blowing off of my table. Hitting-wise, the Tigers held in check. No runs on 5 hits. They had 7 fielding errors. 6 runners were left on base. Leah Eveland was 1 for 3. Kaylee Johnson 1 for 2 with a walk. Caitlin Riley was 1 for 3. Ariana Burns 1 for 3. Sari Tulinchek 1 for 3 with a double. Aaliyah Lewis 0 for 3. Autumn Burns 0 for 2. Callie Trout 0 for 2. Abby Gilbert 0 for 2. No runs on 5 hits for the PRB Tigers. Hill City Northland, I had 10 runs on 13 hits. No fielding errors. 8 runners left on base. Charity Berg 1 for 4 with the 3-run home run and a couple of runs scored. Actually, correction, she was 2 for 4 on the day. 2 for 4 with the 3-run home run and a couple of runs scored. Avery Rueck was 3 for 4 with a double and a triple and a run scored. Kaya Neary 2 for 4 with a pair of runs. Bella Dunham 3 for 4 with an RBI and 3 runs scored. Really, really good at the top of the order for Hill City Northland, and others contributed as well. Pearl Johnson was 0 for 3 but had a pair of RBIs. Maddie Barnes was 0 for 4. Haley Barnes 1 for 3 with an RBI. Jazz Kingsley 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Abby Zabzalka 0 for 2 with a walk for Hill City Northland. The Storm get the victory today, 10-0 over the Pine River-Backus Tigers, sending the Tigers to elimination play. Post-game interviews and awards coming up after this on yourliveevent.com.
More big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
When you have a project calling for concrete, contact the pros at Shingle Decker Concrete and Construction, offering high-quality professional masonry and concrete services to the Pillager and Brainerd Lakes area. The team of skilled craftsmen with Shingle Decker Concrete and Construction is ready to help for foundations, patios, driveways, colored and stamped concrete, and much more. For your residential and light commercial concrete jobs, call Shingle Decker Concrete and Construction at 218-639-2374. Fully licensed and offering free estimates.
Come. We are back here in Hill City. Devin Kruger with you on yourliveevent.com as the Hill City Northland Storm get the victory 10-0 in 6 innings. First joining us is Ben Kinzer, head coach for the PRB Tigers. Coach, obviously this one didn't go your way. It's kind of interesting to me. You see kind of the patterns. The odd number innings just weren't real good for you guys, especially defensively. Just a lot of struggles out there. Did that surprise you with how well this team was playing coming in?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I talked a little bit about it in the pregame where, we're going to have an error here and there, but when one leads to 2, leads to 3, that's when we get ourselves in trouble. And their top 6 are pretty good at hitting, and so if we get a couple runners out in front of them, it's going to be tough to hold that in for consistent time. So
and you talked about, of course, Abby Gilbert, and she doesn't walk a lot of players. She's a pitcher that's very consistent in the strike zone, but that also it seemed like it afforded the Storm to be very, very aggressive at the plate. How do you try to find that happy medium of getting that strike zone but making sure that hitters can't tee off on it too?
Yeah, I felt like Abby struggled a little bit with her push today, and so for that she didn't have the normal velocity that she had. And we were talking about it. I was talking about it with her a couple times when I went out there, and just trying to make sure that we're getting a good release on the ball and getting some snap on it. Something that unfortunately we won't have a practice between now and our next game.
Right. I mean, you're right back at it tomorrow.
She knows what to do, and she knows how to make those adjustments, and I'm confident she will for tomorrow. So.
Well, and obviously the season now becomes on the line. I'm sure that has to be that's part of the message as well. Offensively, you talked about you knew you were facing a really good pitcher. Where did you see some of the things that just didn't quite get the offense rolling for the Tigers, Ben?
Well, I think that sometimes when we see a little bit of speed more than we're used to, we tend to bring up some old habits, swinging kind of out of our shoes and trying to catch the ball instead of just making swings for contact and stuff like that. We did try to make some adjustments in the box and stuff like that, and we were able to put the ball in play the last 2/3 of the game and stuff like that, and they made some fantastic defensive plays. Kudos to them too.
Sabika tomorrow, certainly a familiar opponent. Obviously, we'll let you get on the road so we can come back and play again. Coach, we wish you the best tomorrow. Thanks for the time, Ben.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Devin.
Ben Kinzer, head coach for the Pine River-Backus Tigers, join us here as the Tigers get the win. Should we do the players first, Coach? I know at least one of them I tracked down.
I'll get the others.
Yeah, if we can get Kaya, that's the other one, of course, we want to look at is if we have another award. One of our award winners for today, our Enbridge I Bring the Energy Player of the Game, Charity Berg, junior shortstop, kind of highlighting the win for the Storm with the 3-run home run in the 5th. All right, this one's coming. Did you have any idea that one was leaving the yard?
No, I did not. I was waiting for her to catch it, but she never did. I was very shocked, that's for sure.
First one of the year?
Yeah,
have
this
more?
year. I had one last year, but this is my first one this year.
A really solid game. Now, of course, Pine River-Backus got you in a really close game in the regular season.
Yeah.
Was there a little motivation for the Storm team to come out and get off to the fast start that you did?
Yeah, I guess we were very motivated this time. We were cheering each other on more than the last time we played them, which helped a lot.
This section has a lot of really solid teams, but it doesn't seem like there's that necessary standout. From your guys' position in that number 2 seed, Charity, how do you feel about your chances of making the big run here in Section 5?
Oh, I think we'll get it. I think we'll do good, really good.
This was a fun one, really solid defensively. Congrats on the home run and congrats on the big win today.
Thank you.
Charity Berg, our Enbridge I Bring the Energy Player of the Game for today's contest. Listen to this. Like at least over half the team is here. This Storm team is definitely dialed in, and now here is our big deal for today's game. Senior pitcher Kaya Neary. Being a senior coming into this position, you have the first round bye. This was your first day out on the field. What kind of a tone did you want to set for the section run for the Storm?
Well, yesterday at practice, we sat down and we had a big talk, and we said, we're going to come out strong, we're going to come out confident, we're going to forget the past, we're 0-0, it's a fresh start, so I feel like we came in really strong, motivated, and if we keep it up, I think we'll go the length.
Well, again, this was obviously a good start. From when you're in the circle and you can get a 3-run lead, you get that crooked number in the bottom of the first inning. What does that do for your motivation to get back out there and shut the other team down?
Well, I feel like, one, it makes me stronger as a pitcher. I know that even if we do make a mistake, we'll be okay. And it makes me more motivated to stay up in the game. And, yeah.
You got into a really nice groove, especially early in the game. Your defense was terrific behind you, but do you can you sense early on, Kai, if you've got a really good groove with your with your rhythm, with your locations? What do you kind of look for early in a game to get yourself into a great groove?
Pitch hard, throw strikes, and hope for the best.
Well, you got the best today, a 10-0 shutout win. Really nice performance. Congratulations, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Kioneer is our big deal of today's game here on yourliveevent.com. We'll get the sponsors after, and let's talk to head coach Nikki Pearson. And, of course, I had to reference a couple of times through the broadcast that you said it took a few innings in the first meeting against the Tigers to really get this team going. You wanted a fast start. You got it. How did it feel from the coach's vantage point of the way you were able to get a pretty quick top of the first and then get some runs right away at the bottom of the half?
Felt great as a coach for them to play from the beginning. Gives the girls some comfort when we get some scores on the board, and just gives them that motivation to keep on plowing through. So very proud of them today.
And, of course, it carried kind of through the game. We had obviously that really quick second inning. You got the offense rolling in the third. Coming into the tournament with the back-to-back losses, did you sense that there was a type of a reset for this team to start tournament play even with that first-round bye?
I knew my girls could do it. We had a couple of rough games. We had some players out. We had some players have a down day. I knew if we came in playing together, we could do it, and I came in with the attitude that we were going to do it, and we did.
You're really, really solid defensively, and I ask this because I have not seen this team throughout the year. Is that what you have? Obviously, that's what you expect as a coach, but is that what you have typically seen as all the routine plays, even a couple maybe that are not quite routine? The defense made all of them today.
Yes, we have a strong defense. We have a lot of experience out there. We work together. The few new girls that we have, the other girls pick up and carry. So awesome. Yes, we have had a good year.
Yeah, and up and down the lineup, great contributions. I mean, this from everything that I could see today and in the stat book, this embodies that team win that I know a lot of coaches really strive for. How important is this type of a win to start your playoff run?
I think it's huge. I think going in with a bye, going in with a win on the first day, going in with the confidence, beating a team that beat us, I think that's huge. And Black Duck sitting at number 1, and we beat Black Duck this season, so I think that gives us a little incentive as well.
Oh, that's it could be a heck of a showdown if it happens. There's a lot of tournament left, but
that's right.
A really nice start for your club. It was fun to watch them perform today. Nikki, congratulations on the win.
Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Nikki Pearson, head coach for the Hill City Northland Storm. They get the win 10-0 over Pine River-Backus. We will break. When we come back, we'll do a quick recap, look at what's coming up in the 5A bracket, and we'll wrap things up from Hill City on yourliveevent.com.
Pizza Ranch of Baxter and Little Falls. Pizza Ranch features plenty of pizza, a sensible salad bar, famous fried chicken, all the fixins, and delectable dessert. Buffet your way. Pizza Ranch on Edgewood Drive in Baxter and in Little Falls. Stop into Reed's Market and Gas Express in Cross Lake. While there, be sure to pick up Reed's Hardwood Smoked Meats, made in Reed's very own smokehouse, located on County Road 3 and open at 7 a.m. 7 days a week. Shop Reed's Market in Cross Lake. Whether it's work or school, reliable technology is crucial. If it's not performing, talk to Watt Computer Solutions in Jenkins, your electronics expert, and voted #1 best computer and tech repair in the Brainerd Lakes area. Repair, upgrade, or buy new. Watt Computer Solutions in Jenkins.
Hugo's Family Marketplace in Pine River is your local grocery store where you can find it all and still enjoy the local hometown atmosphere. Every Wednesday, Hugo's Family Marketplace features gallons of milk at just $2 for $6. They cut all of their own meat, and there is always something fresh in the bakery. A great deli, too. Stop by Hugo's Family Marketplace, where you will always be greeted with a smile. Visit them online at PineRiverFamilyMarket.com for the weekly ad, coupons, fun recipes to try, and more.
Country Doc Veterinary Clinic in Pine River salutes and supports our area athletes. No matter the sport, they applaud the kids and coaches for all their dedication and wish them all the best of luck. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic also thanks all the coaches, staff, officials, and volunteers for taking the time to provide our area kids plenty of opportunities. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic, east of Pine River on County Road 1, providing compassionate small animal care for your beloved pets.
And we are back for the final segment with our coverage today. Is Hill City Northland a 10-0 win over Pine River-Backus. The Storm are now 14-4 on the season. The Pine River-Backus Tigers sent to the elimination bracket with a record of 12-10. As we take a look at I want to do a thank you for our sponsors of the Big Deal Award. Again, cannot do it without them. We also have our Star of the Game we're going to name as well for Pine River-Backus. So always do the Star of the Game. The Big Deal brought to you by Atwater Chevrolet GMC in Aiken, Riverwood Healthcare Centers, Pizza Ranch in Baxter and Little Falls, W.W. Thompson Concrete Products of Brainerd, Von Hansen's Meat Market in Baxter, Wide's Major Appliance in Brainerd, Donlinger Automotive in Brainerd, BigDealAuctions.com, Cuyuna Regional Medical Center, Tykes Carpet Castle in Brainerd, Shannon's Auto Body in Brainerd, and Lilja Quisura and Excavating out of Aiken. Big thanks for the Big Deal Award. Our coverage today is also brought to you by Sherwood Florist and Garden Center in Pine River, Plumbing Etc. in Pine River, Barnum's Pine River Napa, and Northland Steam Cleaners in Pine River. So with the win, Hill City Northland will take on the 3-seed Kelliher Northhome. That is a 12 noon start tomorrow here at Hill City. Pine River-Backus will take on Sabika in elimination play. That one's scheduled for 2 o'clock. And then the winner of PRB Sabika takes on the loser of Hill City Northland and Kelliher Northhome at 4 o'clock in another elimination game here in Hill City. Up in Black Duck, top-seeded Black Duck will take on the winner of Mille Lacs and Nevis. They are just getting underway in Isle. That one is also on yourliveevent.com. Whoever falls in that one will take on LaPorte up in Black Duck, and then again they'll have a second elimination game in Black Duck. Aiken and Barnum are playing in the 7AA tournament after 2.5. Barnum leading the Gobblers 2-1. Now let's name our Hugo's Pine River Family Marketplace star of the game. Hugo's Family Marketplace in Pine River, where you can find it all and still enjoy the local hometown atmosphere. Every Wednesday, gallons of milk are just $2 for $6. Visit them online for curbside pickup or delivery at PineRiverFamilyMarket.com. Today's star of the game for the PRB Tigers, going to go with the young outfielder Autumn Burns. That amazing catch in left field on the run. She had a couple other nice plays out there, but that running catch, definitely a big highlight, even despite the loss for the PRB Tigers, as she robbed. I think it was, let's see, who was it? Oh, it was Jazz Kingsley. Rob Jazz Kingsley leading off the second inning with a tremendous catch on a hard liner. Autumn Burns, the star of the game. Again, the season not over for the PRB Tigers, but their season is on the line. They're back at it tomorrow. Tune in to our RJ Broadcasting Incorporated's Wake the Lakes Morning Show. Check out our website, rjbroadcasting.com. We'll get the schedule updated as soon as all of the decisions are made following today's results. We'll see where our coverage takes us tomorrow. For all of us at yourliveevent.com and RJ Broadcasting Incorporated, once again, thank you for joining us on this beautiful day in Hill City, where the Hill City Northland Storm get the victory 10-0 over the Pine River Tigers. Have a great rest of your evening. Thanks again for joining us. I'm Devin Kruger. Let's do this again.